hierarchy of credit repair, what have you. You can say whatever, you can call it whatever you like, okay? So in this video, I'm going to discuss the powers that be, the powers that are basically holding your score where it is today, the powers that are keeping your negative items on your credit report, the departments, the companies, the organizations that you need to be aware of. And if you're not covering all of these bases, then you're falling short of where your credit can possibly go in the dispute process. So just like you have a totem pole, we've all passed middle school, right? We all studied the Native Americans. We all know what a totem pole is, right? A totem pole is basically a pole like this, and it has different fixtures on it, okay? And one part it has an owl, one part it has a wolf, okay? I'm trying to make a wolf. One part it has a monkey, you know what? And then at the top it has an eagle, all right? The American eagle, all right? I'm not the best artist here. One part it has an alligator, okay? And these are different levels, okay? The top is like the ultimate level, all right? And so this is basically like that, all right? So I'm gonna start from the bottom to the top. So we have the bureaus right here, okay? We have the bureaus, credit bureaus here, the credit bureaus. Okay, we have TransUnion. TransUnion right here. We have Experian. And then we have Equifax. Okay? Now, how disputes work basically start from you. This is you. And then you're holding up a 400 credit score, okay? And you want a 750 credit score, okay? Now, in order to do that, you have your credit report. It has errors on it. Now, you're gonna have to file a dispute. What are the ways that you can file a dispute? File dispute, okay? I'm gonna go through all the ways you can file dispute. Okay? And they're gonna be like pretty much under this level, all right? So, the first way to file a dispute is through mail, okay? Another way is through fax. Another way is through phone. And then another way is through online, like the web. Okay? Now, through mail, you have, TransUnion has a department for mail. You could send it directly to TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. So basically, all of these bureaus have what are called addresses. Plus phone numbers, plus websites. Okay? Now, when you dispute by mail, by fax, or phone, or online, it should go to a particular department. Are you aware of the department it's going to? You need to find out where this mail is going to, where this fax information is going to, where is it going to online, okay? So, I'm gonna list the addresses right here, okay? The addresses are right here, the fax numbers are right here, the phone numbers right here. The websites I don't have. Well, you can basically go to any one of those websites, TransUnion, Dispute, Experian, Equifax. But there's also other special websites that you can go to basically dispute online. The basic fundamentals can save your life. There is no special trick. You have to try, even something as simple as understanding where you're sending the dispute could be the difference of removing a $500,000 foreclosure or not removing it. A credit bureau is here, and then there's additional credit bureaus, but there's also more than this. So I just want to let you know, but I'm not going to go over them all right now for the lack of space because I need to draw some stuff over here. So you have TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You can file a dispute by mail, Equifax, phone, or online. But what addresses, phone numbers, or websites are you using? So make sure to take down these addresses. Before you dispute anything, you have to understand which path you want to take, okay? And you have to understand which department you want to hit up. Because there's a number of departments. There's legal departments of all these bureaus. These bureaus have legal departments. Legal departments. Okay? So if you want your disputes to be really important, it's about finding the violations, okay? Filing a dispute is a skill set in its own, but then finding the violations are really important, okay? So the violations that are on this credit report are going to be these violations right here, okay? These are the violations that you need to look for, okay? And if you want more info on these violations, there's a link in the description below, or you can watch this video here, and then you could find the 5 laws. But I'm just going to write them down here, but I encourage you to watch this video, okay? Because I'm not going to go into detail about them. So the first one, is we all know, is FCRA. The second one is FDCPA. The third one is FACT Act, Fair and Accurate Transaction Act. Okay? FACT Act. It's an A. Let me make that better. Boom. Fair and Accurate Transaction Act at the end. Okay? Now the fourth one is the FCBA. And the fifth one is the, okay? And then there's a sixth one, there's TILA, because consumer law gets really extensive, okay? And TILA is pertaining to mortgage accounts and lending, the Truth in Lending Act. So during the process of getting a loan, there's actually certain printed information on each individual contract from the lender, and different lenders vary through state to state, because in the realm of credit repair, you're dealing with state and federal law. Wow, this thing I gotta fix. It's making too much noise. Yep. I'll fix that later. So you're dealing with state and federal laws. So it's important to understand the jurisdiction, okay? You need to understand the jurisdiction of these violations, because the FDCPA has certain limitations. The FCRA has a broad scope of enforcement. Federal law can supersede state law, but if state law is on your favor, you should probably use it to your advantage, okay? So these are the laws that you definitely need to be working around and navigate through, okay? Now that we understand these are the violations that could be on your credit report, how to file a dispute by mail, fax, phone, or online, you need the addresses. Basically, file a dispute, okay? That's really, really important. If you're gonna send disputes by mail, you can do it by certified mail, nothing wrong with that. You can send by fax, you need the right fax numbers. You can send by phone, this is really good for inquiries, okay? Disputing by mail to the bureaus is slow, it's not as fast as online, so if speed is an issue, then basically I don't see why you should file disputes by mail, because it's an old way of doing credit repair. That's how people did credit repair in the 80s. what will take you 6 months to find out what the mail system will tell you, you can find in 3 months with the online system. So the question is, if you are disputing items and they're just not going to come off, well, it's probably because you have no violations. Okay, so here's the thing. This is the federal law. If there are no violations on your credit report, you're not going to get something removed illegally. Here at Pinnacle Credit Repair, you've been waiting for that, right? Yeah, so what about the cases where we cannot remove a negative item? Well, you best believe there's no violations. Mr. Customer, if I can't remove something off your credit report, it's because there's no violations. Now, if we've used the FCRA, the FDCPA, the FACT Act, FCBA, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, Truth in Lending Act, we still can't get it off, I wouldn't give up, but you need to understand, perhaps it's because the creditor has legit verified those accounts. Now, to understand what is legally verified and not, you have to understand the Fair Credit Reporting Act, okay? Section 1681, okay? And then 602, okay? These are really important, and there's subdivisions of these laws, okay? Now, if you want to know more about these laws, watch this video here. I don't want to go in depth in this video. There's so much to cover. I just want to cover the basics. This is going to be a good refresher course and a good video for you guys to understand and fully grasp how this industry works, okay? Notice how there's no Metro 2 in here, because Metro 2 is not a compliance. Metro 2 is a format. So here's a fact check. If there's any credit repair person that's doing Metro 2, it's because they don't know what they're doing. Metro 2 was really popular because it was marketing hype. It was hyped up years ago. I want to say 6 years ago, Metro 2 was really big because a lot of stupid consumers bought into it. But Metro 2 is only a format to eOscar. Every single data furnisher uses an eOscar, which leads me to the next point. Not that if the credit repair person used Metro 2 and giving out free Metro 2 courses or free Metro 2 service, it probably sucked, that's a fact, probably not who you want to hire, but the fact that when you dispute by mail, fax, phone, or online, all of the stuff that's being reported is being intercepted, what's called the ACDV, Automatic Credit Dispute Verification System, which basically regulates the whopping of disputes, because there's about, let's just say there's 3 million people. I'm sorry, there's 300 million. 300 million Americans. Okay? Now let's say 40% of these people have bad credit. Now, out of these 40%, that's about, let's say 130 people, 130 million people are disputing. Especially since credit repair has gotten mainstream, people are going to YouTube to do DIY credit repair. I mean DIY, not DUI. Why do I always say that? DIY credit repair. People are going on YouTube, looking how to do this, say that, and they're not really showing videos like this. Okay, some are, some aren't. A lot aren't, but some are. Some are not. Most are not. Some are. Correction. Okay. So you can imagine that the bureaus are being swarmed with templates, especially now since the coming of AI, ChatGPT. Another thing, if you're doing disputes on ChatGPT, you're definitely going to receive this because the ACDV system can verify artificial intelligence platforms. They know what a template is, especially if you downloaded templates. If you're going to people and they're selling you a template or giving you a free template, there's a reason why it's free, because it doesn't really work. All right, you don't want to download a template. You want a customized solution. You want a customized, personalized approach to your credit in a very analytical and logical way, okay, and an aggressive way. Now, if you were to rank these from a scale of 1 to 10 on their effectiveness, okay, I would say online disputes is a 9 out of 10. Okay, mail would be a 6 out of 10. Okay, like picture it as a hot girl. If you saw a girl and her level of sex appeal is 6, that would be male. And if you saw a girl that's a 9, you know, you would think, yeah, she's a Hollywood actress, model, blah, blah, blah. Phone is very limited. It's usually for addresses. Let's just say personal info. Personal info. Online is very good, well-rounded. You can do a lot of stuff with online very quickly. Fax is good, well-rounded. Fax would be like an 8 out of 10. Okay? Because where you could mail, the fax is going to the same places. Okay? And if you don't know the addresses, I put the addresses earlier in this video, you can check them out. Those are all the addresses of the bureaus, all the departments, and all the associated departments pertaining to your disputes. You basically want to make a note of that, okay? Whoever you hire, or maybe you're trying to do this on your own, or you can hire me, make sure that they're covering all their bases. Make sure you cover all your bases too. Okay, now we have TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian and Equifax. What do these bureaus do? They're supposed to investigate the accuracy of accounts. Okay? Now, the credit bureaus are here, and now you have the creditors here. Okay? The creditors are here. Data, let's just say creditors, data furnishers, whatever you... Data furnishers, whatever. Now these institutions are basically where you got your credit from. They could be a bank, they could be a credit card company, a credit union, they could be an auto dealer, they could be a jewelry store, etc. Okay? Now, these creditors receive your dispute via their online portal with the bureaus through a system called eOscar. Whoops. Okay. eOscar is a system that they use to respond to disputes back and forth. Okay. Now all they have to do is when they receive your dispute is label it verified. Okay. Verified as accurate. Now here is a tip, okay? If you sent your dispute by mail, fax, phone, or online, I'm going to use online as the best example because the mail, when you send it via certified mail, it may take 5 days for the bureau to receive it. Now, it will go to one of their departments. Who's to say it will come across their legal departments unless you send it there? But when it gets from one department, they'll send it to another department to basically write it, because the legal department won't basically respond through eOscar. Okay, they will regulate the information center or the consumer dispute center to basically handle this in a certain way. So when you're sending disputes via the legal departments, I think it's much better because I've had tremendous success. They take your dispute because no one's sending it to, no one's really sending it to legal departments. And I'm actually glad no one's doing that. When you send something to the legal department, if your template is phony or this or that, they're not even gonna they're just gonna send it to the CFPB anyway. Now, if your dispute is well packaged with violations and ramifications to the bureaus, then they will address it and they will investigate it properly. Now, you have to understand the violations, okay? Creditors can make violations, or bureaus can make violations, okay? And if you cannot understand which entity made the violations in the first place, then you're definitely going to be stuck, okay? So, the bureau doesn't want to make violations. The creditors don't want to make violations, but they always do. So, you're going to have to do both or choose one or the other, whatever floats your boat, okay? I can't tell you what to do first because every credit report is specific. If you want some help with your particular situation, contact me, hire me. Okay, I have a fee. I don't work for free. This video is free. That's all I'm giving out. Okay, that's how the world works. Or you can hire someone else for free. I don't know anyone that's doing that off the top of my head, but I'm sure they exist. But like I said, if it's free, it's not really valuable. Doesn't mean this video is not valuable. Look at all the information here. You be the judge. Okay, so these are just the different avenues you can dispute information and understand violations. These are basically your consumer laws. Okay. You use these to basically build a case against these entities. Now, when these entities don't do their job, what are you going to do? So if you're ever stuck in the dispute process, let's say you mailed, you faxed, you did this, you should understand exactly what you did. If the credit repair company that you're working for has not been able to give you that information, then if the credit repair company has not given you that information, then that's not being transparent. Here at Pinnacle Credit Repair, all of our customers receive copies of their disputes, and they have a paper trail of what we've done to the T. That way they know what we're doing, and it's just the law anyway. You have to do that, and it's good business practice, and it's good information for our customers to know, to be educated how this works, because let's say they get in the situation again, they would probably know a better way to handle it, okay? Now, what happens if these entities don't do their job? Well, there's outside entities, okay? There's a chain of command that can help you. But keep in mind, this is not a silver bullet. You don't want to abuse this, okay? Number one, the Godhead is FTC, okay? The next one is the CFPB. The next one is your Attorney General to your state, okay? All right? These are basically the organizations that will go after these guys, and it will go after these guys, okay? Now you can also do BBB complaints. Why not? You can also do small claims, like if you should definitely, and you should probably send your small claims your small claims claim, file it with your state, your city, your municipality, and send it to these creditors and data furnishers, okay? A good way to set up your small claims case is to already have a CFPB complaint or FTC complaint, and when you have those complaints registered and you actually get deletions, then you can still, even if you get the item removed, that doesn't mean they're dismissed from paying you. And so this is a business. These data furnishers, these creditors want to keep, these bureaus want to keep your score low so they can keep you in the subprime category. Remember, the bureaus make money off of these creditors by keeping you in the subprime category. You're a customer to them. Now, when they start to lose customers, that messes up their profit margins. So it's in the best, I've dissected their business model. If it's in their best interest to keep your score low. Needless to say, you're lucky if you have violations on your credit report, but you need to exercise your consumer rights to get them off, okay? So small claims would be an option for you, okay? I hope I didn't block this. I think I blocked this when I wrote it. My bad. But here it is, okay? So these are just basically the ins and outs of how the bureaus work, what departments you can communicate with, how you can communicate with them, and the addresses are there, the phone numbers, the fax, and everything like that. Now, how to prepare a dispute, comment below. How about this? What I want to do, if you've watched this video to the end, there's a bonus, all right? I will choose one person out of the comment section to work on their credit for free. That means you can hire me for free, okay? Technically it won't be for free because I'll be making content of your report. You have to basically allow me to put your dispute process up here on my next video or one of the videos that I post up, because I want to show you guys how effective our service is. And I will personally work on a file and show it to you guys, because I know some of you guys are just shopping around or even just looking for information, you're looking for the best credit repair experts, and you would, come across my website on Google, which if you look right here, is ranked on the first page on several key phrases, because Google is very smart. Google is very, very smart. You're not going to be on the first page if you're a scam or if you're not the best. Okay? Definitely not trustworthy. So yeah, again, guys, we have the bureaus, we have their legal departments, their addresses, their, the ways that you can dispute items. Okay? You have your consumer laws here, and you have your creditors and what they use to report information. And then you have the chain of command that can basically kick them in the butt and go after them to help you get that negative item off. I think that covers this video. There's more information to share, but if you like this video, please give a like. Subscribe to my channel and comment. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know. That's the point of my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is more or less a community service to the community here. It's a lot different than, my regular line of business, but here I want to basically share with my knowledge to help you guys maybe get some customers as well and help you guys out if you're stuck in this process. Remember, if your item came back as verified, you need to